Tuning in.
Me and so back to 17, I was a hot girl. I was in Atlanta. I was in Atlanta in the 90s. So those were the Freaknik videos, then the documentaries. That was my life. So I was, hopefully I did a good job of not being recorded in any of those times. I tried to make sure that there was no cameras around for the stuff I was doing, because I knew I would have children one day.
And at the time, I think I was on my way to the Marine Corps before I got into some trouble. That was a girl I went to high school with, and she was my prom date. But, I felt like, we had plans on, once I got back from basic training and things to that nature. It was during the Desert Storm era. But I got, different things sidetracked. So it was more emotionally, but more life situations. I had to make some other decisions, so. But now, 5 children later.
Sneaking out of the house to get like little kisses. So 17 for me was like early mid 2000s. Just stepping out of like my emo phase. Too scared to cut myself, but like had the hair, had the you know what I'm talking about, listening to like teenage angsty music. And like love at that time was like having to sneak, because like my mom was like the stereotypical Asian tiger mom. So it was curfew, 9 p.m, back at the house. Dating, not really an option.
Yeah, I was sneak.
So yeah,
like I wasn't supposed to date, but I was sneak dating. Yeah.
You were in the stairwell. You already told us.
Yeah, that was the elevator. I remember that night clearly. Prom night. He took me home. On the way up, he pinned me against the elevator wall. I started to breathe a little deeper in heat, and he started kissing me passionately. Then he went for it. He reached into my bra. To his surprise, he pulled out a bunch of toilet paper because I belong to the itty bitty titty committee.
That story happened to you when you were 17?
Yeah.
Jail.
Love Savvy Jewel Part 3, right? And as you can see, it's different women talking about their journey and finding love or not finding love.
Well, he had 30 seconds. Make your move, bro.
He pulled out toilet paper. He was
like running to class before the bell with just toilet paper in your hand.
And I am Michelle Wiley. You can just call me Shell. I am a mindset and transformation coach for women and teen girls that look to inspire, helping them step into their best self and removing the labels that they place on their self and allow others to place on them.
We also met because she wanted to create a podcast, and I can help her on that end.
I founded this to empower people to secure generational wealth now through life insurance, through critical care coverage and cash value policies, $1 million baby policies. It's not just about legacy. This is about creating a bold, street smart approach rooted in faith and community. And we're flipping the game from survival to thriving, pushing prosperity and purpose
limited beliefs, for instance, where you're saying I'm not enough or I can't do this, helping you change that mindset, knowing that you can, know that you are somebody, knowing that you are enough.
So today, I am representing the Sacred Plug, which is a mission that I've created to break the cycle of financial struggle by equipping families and communities with innovative wealth building strategies and holistic wellness solutions.
Has to be the answer I want.
The bias is the bias for me.
Okay, what is love?
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
None of y'all gave the answer that I want.
Well, ain't nobody in your mind, chick.
Can we get a hint?
Everyone's wrong.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I have an 8-week coaching program coming up in April called She Walks in Grace, where we would take 8 weeks and just have live coaching. That discount code for today only is ThankYou25. So just saying thank you for allowing me to be here, to step on your platform, to share what I do. So that's for anyone that joins today that would like to look more into it. They can find it on my website as well.
And I'll also give you all, gentlemen, if you would like it, with an excerpt from part of the ebook. My number is right there on the screen. So if you text me your information with your email, then I can send it to you.
It's called A Woman in Congo. So if you answer this question correctly, you'll get $10 off of this book. The impression of love was like all these embarrassing things happening, and then it's like not really know how to make things work, and it's like, okay, how have I evolved from the meaning of love to me now? So I wanted people to think for a minute how they have evolved from their impression of love as a teenager till now. And so I did a little workbook thing where you have to like fill in, and it says, what was love to you at the age of 17? What is love to you in the present?
I think I'll participate in this question. At 17, I didn't believe in love. I didn't believe in love in home. I didn't believe in love romantically. I just didn't believe that there was anything to do with love. And I know how people say that God is love. And at that time, I really lost the whole respect of love, period. Because like we talked about earlier, I experienced so much rejection. I experienced bullying. It was just my mom in the home and then my siblings. But even sometimes I didn't feel what I guess would be love from that. So I grew up as an adult not really knowing what that is. I never knew what it looked like. But now, as an adult, I have my own impression of what love is. I know how to love my own children. I know I have a husband. So I know what it looks like for me. And everybody's definition won't be the same of what loves look like.
I knew what love was and should feel like. I think, like Shell was saying, due to a lot of childhood trauma, I wasn't able or even willing to heal enough to receive the love that others were trying to give to me. Back then, I think love was more about doing what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. Didn't care who it hurt, how it hurt someone else. Living in the moment and not necessarily looking back, not necessarily in a good way. So now for me, it has become more of and hadn't thought about this until now, like a whole other side of the coin type of thing. And when I think about love, I think about how am I going to nurture myself first.
Well, I don't think I really knew what love was at 17, you know. I mean, love, I know a lot of times we look at love like how we feel emotionally, but it's more like a verb too. So it's like, you know, it's more action involved in the word love than duty. A couple marriages in the past, so, you know, you're learning on a different level, you know. So, you know, and children's involved. And I have daughters. I have 2 boys and 3 daughters. So, of course, you know, you want them to have try to give them the best wisdom that you're blessed to give them and guide them. You know, they adults. Some of them are adults now. But learning that, you know, love is duty that goes along with that. You know, you have to love first. You have a duty to love yourself first.
Right.
You know, love anybody else. And it's more than just the emotion. You know. So it's work too, because everything, even if you're in love with somebody, that's not gonna be a perfect relationship, but you do have to have enough love to go on to weather the storms.
I have learned how much our people don't know. I understand a lot about the gatekeeping that has been going on and the access that has not been granted to our communities, not just people of color, but people who are in poverty. And so one of the only ways that we're going to get out of that is by re-educating ourselves and allowing ourselves to believe things differently. A poem that will be part of my next book. I told you all before that I was am a co-author in this book, which is The Mom and Me Too. It's an anthology of several authors several moms who became authors to talk about their story of survival. So today, though, I want to share a poem from my next book, and this is entitled A Call to Legacy. We've been taught to hustle, to grind, to survive, to stack paper high and keep dreams alive. But what if wealth was more than gold and green, a legacy built on hope and love unseen? They say riches fade in 3 generations, from sweat to splurge to desolation. But we're breaking the cycle, rewriting the page, with love at the center, wisdom through age. No more barefoot to big ride, back to barefoot, no more hustling backwards, stuck in the same rut. We're planting seeds that flourish and thrive, building wealth rooted in love that keeps dreams alive. It's more than a payout when life comes undone. It's security, freedom, a future begun. Love is the legacy we're built to provide, a shield for our families, our pride, our strive. Equipping loved ones to stand, fight, and rise, passing down blessings, not just goodbyes. We're pushing hope like a product on the block, trading in fears for futures that rock. Empowering families to stand hand in hand, building foundations on love that withstand. So join the movement, let's flip the game, empower your people to change the name. From lack to legacy, from shame to pride, let's fuel every home with love that won't die. If you want to break free, to stand and provide, the Sacred Plug is here, your guide, your ride. We're more than insurance, more than just plans. We're building tomorrow with love in our hands. Will you answer the call to secure what's yours, to break every chain and unlock every door? Your legacy's waiting, don't let it decay. Plug into power and love. Let's prosper today.
Yeah.
I am in the beginning stage of experiencing being love. So basically, I am talking about what I am. Okay, just like when you experience being black, right? You can talk about being black.
My definition of a soulmate is the yin and yang factors of a soul. So for me, when I used to live in my masculine factor of my soul, and I had that masculine experience, I attracted a lot of feminine souls. A lot of men or women would try to come to me, but my personal preference is a man, a black man. That's for me. And I was finding a lot of queens in men bodies, and I was like, why are you acting like a woman? But I was a man, so
I enjoyed it. It's
You
real
did?
informative, artistic, yeah. Kind of reminded me of something from the 90s. So it was like a throwback feel to it.
Yeah, I took a lot from Spike Lee.